That's where we pick up Endeavour. And Shaun, welcome to the show.
Hello, Gaby. How's it going?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
Really good, thanks. Yeah, really good. Thanks very much for having me back on. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, it's so great to speak to you again. And it's just wonderful to have Endeavour back on. I think, I mean, I've said to you before, I just think it's a great show. And you are
Thank you.
perfect in it. So 1970, what are we going to expect from the new series, please?
So this one, there's only 3 episodes this time. It opens on New Year's Eve, 1970. 69 going into 70. And the 3 episodes span the year of 1970. It's good. I think it's really good. I hope people enjoy it. We started in it like opens in. I've gone to the opera in Venice, meet a girl at the opera on New Year's Eve, and that relationship takes us through the story for this season. It's good. I think it's good.
Well, I'm pleased to hear it. But so what are we going to expect? I mean, the relationships are different. I mean, so what's happening back at work now? Can you give us any clues?
So there's a bit more tension amongst the ranks, I would say, this time. And by the end of it, it looks like myself and Thursday have never been further apart. And yeah, so with a lot of tension in that respect.
Okay, so...
Also, everyone has their own little personal crises as well this time. Bright's wife has got cancer and she's... so that's kind of his journey throughout the course of this story. It's really good, I think.
I'm so pleased. Do you enjoy getting back with everybody? I mean, when you all go back together, you think,
for sure. It's like a family, you know. I mean, it actually is. We've been doing it for, 6-7 years now. And it is. It's like a family. They're great people, both the cast and the crew. And if anyone's doing anything in the interim, if anyone's in a play, like Roger's in a play who plays Thursdays and is working at the moment at the Bridge Theatre, so we'll organise a little team outing for all of us to go and support, you know. So it is. It's a great group of friends, really. At this stage.
The press have had a field day with you saying in one interview that you think this is the last one. That suddenly, it's so much pressure on your back to say, you know, anybody says anything and then suddenly it's, oh, look what he said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I actually said that, to be honest. But anyways, it's all par for the course, isn't it? It will come to an end soon. I'm not sure exactly when. And also, by the way, it's not just my decision, you know, there's a load of us involved, and so when we all feel that the time has come for it to finish, then it will, but it'll be story led, really, you know. It won't be. Well, I think the point I was trying to make was just because other show Morse and Lewis have made 33, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to stick to that, you know. If we feel like it's done now, or if we feel like it's done in another couple of seasons, as long as the story wraps up in a really interesting and dynamic way, not just for myself but for everyone, then it's been a good use of our time. Then, do you know what I mean? I think that was the point I was trying to articulate rather than saying.
Well, that's why it's always good to do live radio and live telly, because you can say it as
Gaby.
It is.
Exactly.
You can say it as it is. So the other thing about this is, I know we talked about this before, but having the weight on your shoulders of taking over. So it's a silly thing to say, but doing Morse.
Yeah.
I feel, and I hope you feel this too, that not people have forgotten Morse, but it's now about your show. It's not that this is the prequel. This is a standalone show of Endeavour. I really feel that there's so much love for your show. Do you feel that as well?
Thanks very much. Well, to be honest, that was always how I approached it anyway. At the very beginning, I deliberately made a choice to not watch any of the Inspector Morse series, but actually to go back to the books and what Colin Dexter wrote, and then to use your imagination to look at the scripts that we've got in front of us and to create something anew, you know. That's what I wanted. So then you're not just doing an impression of someone, and also it's better for the audience, so it's better for the story, and it's better for the audience because they're not just getting a facsimile of what someone else has done. You know, it's not just an impression. It's you're trying to create something new. So I'm pleased that you say that. I think that's an intention that all of us had.
Good.
When we first began this, so thanks for saying that.
No, not at all. I keep saying the right thing. Hurrah! That doesn't really ever happen, so I'm delighted to hear it. Shaun, also you're directing now, so you've directed Endeavour, but you've also directed. Am I right? Did you direct Casualty?
Yes, I've been directing for about 5 years, and when I first started, I wanted to learn my trade as a director. So I had the good fortune of having the opportunity to go to Cardiff, which is where Casualty is shot, and I did a couple of episodes of that, then came back to Endeavour, then came back and did some more Casualty, just to learn just to learn how to do it, just to learn how to do it, because it's a skill, really. And then when the opportunity came to direct some of Endeavour, I was confident enough to know what I wanted and how to articulate that, rather than being at sea. So yeah, I've been doing it for about 5 years now.
But
I really enjoy it.
Directing your fellow actors, is that tricky, telling them or asking them what, some directors tell, some ask, telling them what to do?
No, it's not, because there's such a great group of people and they're terrific actors as well. So it's not like their instincts are all brilliant. So in a way, they make your job as a director far easier, because what they do naturally is 9 times out of 10 the best thing. Is the best way to play the scene anyway. So no, they were terrific. And also, of course, we know each other a long time now, and we have a shorthand together. And also for the guys as well, they want it to be an enjoyable experience for me, So we all try and help each other out in it. And ultimately, we all have a common goal, which is the main thing of trying to make the whole show the best that it can be. So no, it's actually a real joy. It's a joy, to be honest. It's a real joy.
What sort of director?
Very lucky. I feel very grateful at the moment. I mean, I feel delighted it's come out. And
what sort of director are you, though? Are you the very kind gentleman?
Incredibly demanding.
Are you?
I find it the best way. No, I'm joking. I'm just really prepared. Really prepared. I'm quite quiet, actually, and allow people. I think if you've got good people on the team and you allow them to do their job and excel at their job, then it makes it so much easier for you. Also, I have a lot of visual references when I come to work. So it's about saying, this is the kind of thing I would like. And then if you do it that way, it allows people to bring their own bit of art and their own bit of imagination to their day's work. And then they become your collaborators then, rather than you saying, stand there, I want it to look like this. It becomes an open and it becomes an exciting place to be, then an exciting place to work, because it's unexpected. Does that make any sense? Or am I just rambling?
Does. No, you're not rambling at all. It's always a joy to speak to you. Shaun, I don't want you to go anywhere. We're going to play a track. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about something that you did when you were younger.
Oh, Gaby.
And a little bird told me, Shaun, that you were singing along and whistling along to that.
Yeah, I love a power ballad. Sunday afternoon.
Why not? Okay, so I wanted to ask you about when you were younger. Now, please fear not. I just want to ask you about National Youth Theatre, the NYT, because so many of my guests who come in, when I do my research on them all, they've been to the National Youth Theatre, and we very rarely talk about it. And actually, there are some extraordinary people that come out of that. So for people who don't know what it's about and how old you were and everything about it, just discuss with us your National Youth Theatre past, if you may.
Yeah, cool. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably not the best person to talk to you about it, because my experience was very limited there. But it's an incredible organisation. And basically, when you're 15, 16, you audition for it, and then you go and do a 3-week course, or at least it was when I did it. It's a 3-week course in London where you're working every day and learning as an actor, and then you audition to be on a play I think it's in the West End or somewhere in London. Yes, so it's an extraordinary experience for young budding actors to go and have a crack at it, just to see what it's like, really. I went when I was about 14, 15, and it was an amazing experience.
I think it's a great thing. I mean, the amount of people that I've met or spoken to, and young people who they just say it was pretty life-changing for them. Yeah,
I suppose it was, actually, now that I think about it. In as much as you're away, for me, I was away from home, away from Liverpool, and was staying in that halls of residence in London, and you're surrounded with like-minded people, sometimes for the first time. So, yeah, it was an amazing experience, actually, when I think about it. Now, I only did the 3-week course. I didn't come back and do any plays because I was going to a different kind of school. And then I took a slightly different path. But I know that a lot of people did and had a great experience with it. So, yeah.
Did you know then that you wanted to be an actor? Because obviously that's at quite a young age to go off, leave home and do that at 15 or 16. Did you know then that this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think I was going to a pretty academic school, where drama didn't really feature heavily on the curriculum. But yeah, I sort of knew that that's what I fancied. I think that's part of it as well. That's like, it's so lucky, really. If you know what you want as a youngster, then it's just about doing what you can to make it happen and putting yourself in a position where it can happen, you know. But I think if you're constantly going, oh, I still don't know what I want to do, that's the difficulty. That's why I feel lucky, really, that I've always thought, it's always been pretty clear to me, oh yeah, I think I should do that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do.
And then you just crack on and do it then.
I certainly
And then sometimes
do.
it's not, that's not to say that it's easy. It's not, sometimes it's difficult, but having made the decision and being clear about the choice that you've made, all you've got then to do is to just follow the path. Do you know? The way I see it anyways.
Do you know what? The other thing, I know I talked to you about it before, but being a Scouser, it's so... I love the accent, apart from... I've always loved a Scouse accent. I really do. But there's something extraordinary about being a Scouser. It's sort of... It's there, deep inside you, that lots of places aren't quite like that, though. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's a very specific place. I mean, I love it. I'm there all the time now. It's a terrific place. The people are incredibly friendly, incredibly warm. But you know what, to be honest, I'm in Glasgow at the moment, working on something, and it's similar architecture, similar type of people as well, very warm, very friendly. So there's got to be a kind of Celtic connection, I think, between that. But yeah, but Liverpool is a very specific place and a great place. Wicked sense of humour from the people.
Oh,
very friendly. Yeah.
The best. Well, are you allowed to say what you're doing in Glasgow, or is it a secret?
Yeah, sure. No, we're just at the beginning of a 6-part drama for the BBC, and it's about a lot of it is based on a submarine, a nuclear submarine, and it's good, really interesting, a great cast, and like I say, we're just at the beginning of it, but it's good. It's going really well so far.
So are you filming in real submarines, or is it just a set?
No, it's in a studio. So they've built this extraordinary submarine set, which is huge. I've never seen anything like it. And so we're filming there now.
Any water involved?
There's not yet, but there will be. There's going to be some stunts later on where we'll be helicoptered onto a submarine. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that, but yeah, remains to be seen.
Good luck with that. And Shaun, it's always it's lovely to speak to you again. And as I said, I'm so pleased that Endeavour is back on. It's ITV tonight at 8:00. And as always,
cheers, Gaby.
Lovely to talk to you. Thanks, Shaun.
Thank you very much. Just have a nice day.
And you. Bye,
cheers,
Shaun.
take care.